So in the shop on a Thursday, had a whole bunch of rain and stuff last night, and it looks like we're probably going to be getting flooded out. We typically do this time of year. Live out by the river. Well, the shop is out by the river, my grandfather's place. And that's always the tell sign right there that the road's going to close on both ends. So I'm trying to get some orders out. Trying to get some sheet metal shipped out. I got a quarter panel, or I'm sorry, a rocker panel there. I got 2 lower valances for these, like an air dam. I got 2 of those sold. And I'm currently working on a new project, which is this right here. This is the tail end of one of the Econoline pickups, and it's pretty much the exact same for the van, except the van, continues on up. But this piece has been the most sought after piece out of all of this stuff. Every time I sell a quarter panel or a rocker panel, or I'm sorry, rocker panel, every time I sell one of those, every time I sell an inner, every time I sell a floor pan, anytime I sell a roll pan back here with the partial pieces that I make, the partial pieces come out into here and down and over where the tailgate usually rots it. Anytime I sell any of those pieces, the steps, whatever the case, someone says, hey, I need those 2 lower corners too, and I can never make them. And I honestly believe that now I have got this figured out. I think I've got them down. Now, there's obviously going to be another flange along the bottom of this, and here's a profile. It would come down, and then it actually comes out again, a 1/4 of an inch. This one's kind of all rotted off. Let's see if we can, yeah, you can see it right there. So, need to replicate that. But other than that, this was the very first real go at it. I have been kind of thinking in my mind and playing a little bit on how I wanted to make this, because it's a simple shape, I'll give you that. And any beginner metal guy, I think, can make this panel. But it took me a minute to figure out how I was going to do it. And it turned out really nice. It's not a beat-up, badgered panel. And now any curved piece is not that difficult. If you wanted to make this for an inner fender or something like that, if you just put a break in it right here and fold it and use your shrinker, you're going to get a similar shape. It's just going to have a sharper edge. I finally figured out how to give it the gradual curve that it needs and wrap around the bottom. So I am super happy about being able to offer these panels now, because it really finishes this. It really finishes this bottom up. Like I said, this is the first one. They definitely need a little bit of refinement to really kind of finish the bottom off like I like. A little bit of a sharper bend here, a little bit of a sharper bend there, and I'm going to clean this piece up. That way I have a really good way of testing my templates. I've got another one outside as well, so I'll have a really good way of always testing my bottom pieces to make sure that I can keep them as accurate as I can. But a little Temu English wheel, a little bit of Temu plenishing hammer over there, and a shrinker, and a little bit of patience and checking back and forth. And I think that's dang close. If this piece of metal this jagged piece wasn't here, it would fall in there so perfectly. So perfectly. Looks like we need to kind of work on that radius right there. Kind of angle it down a little bit more. Maybe leave a little bit more material there. And yeah, so I'm happy about that. I'm super stoked about that. Honestly, if I can get this piece looking a little bit nicer, I bet I've got 6 or 7 sets already sold. I guarantee that. So I'm gonna be working on that. I'm gonna be working on refining this, and I'll be so happy. And that really is just kind of the last piece that these trucks need. So let's see here. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. There we go. I got some extra metal cut out of the way. And it is definitely not bad. Not bad at all. Not for a first piece. I kind of see what I need to do. Kind of see where I need to. Got it a little too tight down here in this corner, but I was also just kind of working off of the complete one that's on the truck. And again, this is just the first attempt at it, so I think a little bit of massaging, a little exercise, and that thing will fit like a charm. And I was totally lucky these pieces were in just good enough shape to be able to use. This one's got a little more taken out of it, but once I get that pattern down, I won't need much of this to go back and forth on to compare. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'm going to clean these up a little bit just so I can keep them around and use them for just that. That way I can just continuously come over here and check fitment with an original piece. I think that'll work pretty good.